Hello, and my name is Ian Thompson, and I'm here to talk about a very important matter. Tonight we're going to talk about citing our sources within the text of any story, article, anything that you're writing, possibly an essay. And we're going to talk about why it's bad to not cite your sources and why it's good to cite your sources. Long story short, if you don't cite your sources, that's a quick way to get kicked out of college because that is plagiarism and it's bad. And if you cite your sources and you do it correctly, that's a good thing. You're going to get a good grade on your paper, and you'll excel in college, and you'll graduate, and all that good stuff. So, first of all, let's talk about how to cite your sources within the text properly. First of all, you're going to find a quote, some piece of text that you really like, and you're going to find the author, find all that stuff, and you're going to maybe include in the text. You could say, according to, let's say, XYZ, that during 2005, this thing happened, and then you would end the quote. You may put it in quotations or something like that to make it look proper. Doing that, it just ensures that you're not trying to take credit for an original idea, and make sure that you are giving credit and respect to the author for all of their work that they put into that. Another thing that we can talk about, basically, after you've cited all of your sources, after you've gone through and you've put your in-text sources in there, you do want to create an annotated bibliography to put on at the end of your essay. You want to attach that to it to make sure that there is proof that you did not just pluck these from space somewhere and make these things up and make up these quotations and all of this material. You want to make sure that there is proof that you actually did work and found this material. Okay, so now that we've talked about citing your sources and whatnot, I'm going to open the floor to questions. If you have any questions about citing your sources, things like that, I can go ahead and try to answer those.
Does something on your annotated bibliography besides just the quote, just the article title?
Say that again?
Does something else go in your annotated bibliography besides just like the article title?
Sure, lots of things. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like there's like the publisher, things like that, the date published, things like that. I can't remember exactly all of the elements, but yeah, you do want to include more than just like the title and things like that. Yes, sir.
What if you find an article and some of the information is missing, like you don't have a date or one of the authors? What do you do then?
Basically, you're going to look as hard as you can, and if you can't, I know some of these like citation websites and stuff, they can just fill it in with a blank, things like that. I don't remember exactly what you're supposed to do, but that's what I do sometimes. Anyone else?
How do you identify a credible source?
Okay, generally I will go online, and an easy way to do that is to just look at like the first result maybe, but you can also look, like I know Google Scholar is really good. You can find like empirical stuff like that. You can find peer-reviewed things there. Generally anything that's not going to be, Wikipedia, things like that. You might like try a .gov or like a .org website, something like that. Generally you want to try to find like as least bias as possible to get a pure source, I guess.
Thank you.
Is that it? Is that everything?
Can plagiarism get you in legal trouble outside of school?
Plagiarism's a pretty big deal. I mean, you could definitely, like, if you plagiarized a song and passed it off as your own, yeah. I mean, you could totally, like, get sued and lose money, stuff like that. So.
Very important stuff you're talking about.
Very much so, yes. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you.